Hello, good morning. This Monday the 22nd of September 2025. I'm currently exploring St Albans, and to the first little visit is the Church of St Peter. Just gonna have a look at the architecture generally and enjoy this sunny but slightly chilly day. Yeah. Autumn has well and truly begun by the looks of things. There's a ubiquitous yew tree by the looks of things. I'm just gonna do a walk around video of St Peter's. There's also quite a nice garden here. Looks as though there's a bit of a garden over there. Another little note about St Albans is, apart from I've got a family link around here somewhere, is the fact that a well-known 60s Mersey beat group come from here as well. So I'm just going to explore this. And there's been settlement here since about Roman times, so the Roman Empire turned up, brought civilization and stuff like that to us. So there's been a settlement here since at least Roman times. So they turned up in 43 AD, I think. They must have founded this place not long after. Could even been people living here before. The Garden of Hope. Yeah, I could do with a bit of hope right now. I'm just going to go over to... I'm just going to take a quick walk around this Garden of Hope. As is... Well, I think there was a... I'm trying to think of the Roman name for this place, because it's very something. I'm not very good on Latin. Never been any good at Latin, so anyways, St Albans is actually named after a saint called Alban. I think he was a Roman soldier, took up Christianity. Roman Empire didn't really like it, so they basically done him over for it. That is a nice sculpture. That is very well put together. That is very well. Right. There's an allotment and near a grave. Yeah, there's always things like this within the Church of England, isn't there? But yeah, this is the area around St Peter's Church. I saw it yesterday when I was popping into the pub called the Blacksmiths for a quick beer before I went to Hatfield. And if we just take a look here, there's a... See, the autumn's beginning now. Let's go take a look at this. God is... Let's have a little reedy poos. It says God with you on there. Okay. But yeah, I'm generally exploring St Albans, so I'm going to be videoing various interesting bits. I've got to visit the cathedral later, but I'm not going to turn up bang on time there. So it's back towards where I've been staying. So if I'm going to explore St Albans, I'm going to do it properly. And I think did have a family link round here, so you can see autumn has well and truly begun. Right, if we go around here now, we get to see Oh, they put an extension up. They don't. Oh, there's more yew trees here. Yeah, I don't know how old this church actually is, but it's named after one of the disciples, I think, because one of the disciples was called Peter. I won't go into it too much, I'm not an expert on this by any means. But it seems the church has been extended and reworked a few times. So you can tell there's some stones on the bottom, like flinty stones. And you sort of see it going up, and then there's brickwork. So it's probably not the oldest church in the world. There's an extension, so that's probably the church hall, where they probably do, I don't know, what would you do with a church hall? But as we know, churches are rather impressive. They're like medieval skyscrapers, really. I'm going underneath a yew tree here. So I'm just going to explore around. Oh look, there's a patch of moss that looks like a bloke. Weird that. There's a medieval building over there. So that's an almshouse over there. Let me just... this tree, is this a laurel? It looks like a laurel tree. Looks like it's been here a while. You see all branches sort of kicking off in various weird places. If we get another view of the church now, we can there we are. Yeah, so it's pretty well hidden in amongst trees and stuff, but basically another little garden here. They love their gardens here, must be said. If we move round now, there's the main gateway into the church from back there. Every church should have one. Is this... don't think am I? We could have a look in here. Let's see if we can have a look. They might not want me in there right now. And there's no one in at the moment, but yeah, so let's have a quick look in here. Shouldn't mind, should they? I've left the door open, so it's actually rather impressive in here. I quite like these old buildings because they're well put together. But this is St Peter's. As I've said before, there's some stained glass there. Again, like a lot of churches in Sussex, they don't have much in the way of stained glass on some of the sides. There's a bit here. And if we look around here, right, I like this bit. I like this round. Templum hoc restituit cathedrae renovator et auxit. I'm not really sure what that means, if I'm honest with you. There's nobody around to ask about popping up the spire, so yeah, so if we see it's quite an impressive, that's pretty impressive. I don't know what that is about though. There's the main tower. It's now about 9:05, hopefully. I'm hoping this clock is accurate. But yeah, this is St Peter's Church in St Albans. And it's along St Peter's Street. So if we just... Right, I'm just going to shut down a minute and go to the next place.